Doug, what have you seen from your team this week in terms of how it's responded from the game on Sunday?
Really nothing different than the way we always approach a game week. We're going into our next game, and focus is the same as it always is. We'll do everything we can to put a game plan together and try to execute it. And in terms of how the players are feeling about it, I don't see any difference.
Will we find out, Coach, what your team is made of this week, given what you've been through here in the last
It's
month?
made up of 42 active.
How important is it to arrest this two-game losing streak?
We'd like to. Like I said, I'm not putting any more emphasis on this game. I don't want the players to put any more emphasis on it than we would any other. That means that we didn't try hard enough to be in the past. So, we're trying to win every game, and that's what we're trying to do with this game. We've learned from our mistakes. We point them out. Try to find some advantages, whether it's schematically, when you play an opponent a second time that you think may have not worked quite right the first time, and try to tweak those things to our advantage the second time. But the rest of it is status quo.
How did you come to your decision on field goal kickers this week?
Well, it was very difficult after first day of practice when we hit 3 out of 12. You would think that when one guy goes 2 for 9, that the other guy might take it, but he goes 1 for 3. And then the second day, Pakula was 7 for 9, Westwood 2 for 3, so status quo.
7 for 9 and?
2 for 3.
So leaving Troy off the roster isn't a ratio thing at this point, or?
Again, it's special teams consideration. I don't see that much difference in special teams. If I will look at field goal kickers, in terms of making field goals from over 40 yards, Pakula has a higher ratio. In terms of making field goals from 30 to 40 yards, Pakula has a higher ratio. In terms of making field goals from 20 to 30 yards, Pakula has a higher ratio. And in terms of making extra points under 20 yards, they're both the same.
Milt was saying that when asked about the difference between this team between the first 11 weeks and the last 4, he suggested maybe some complacency crept in, conscious or subconscious, being 5 points up in first. Your thoughts?
Possible. It's nothing that I'd like to see happen, but it certainly can happen. Everybody's human, and complacency is something that is human nature. We try to combat it.